Benjamin Betts.
Yeah.
It's all about the Benjamin Betts, baby.
You know what's up? Yes, and Benjamin Betts, baby.
Welcome to the Saturday edition of Benjamin Betts. I'm your host, Corey. Jared is still out this week. He will be back next week. But again, sending him our love and prayers. Everything going well with his family. But again, the show goes on. Week 17, NFL. We're winding down the year. But Benjamin Betts, we're still cooking. We're still cooking. Our picks, we've started to fall a little bit. We're hovering around that 54, 55% range. Not where we want to be. Last week we went 4-2. Was great. We'll take 4-2. We had some wily picks. One of them that we chose was Philly straight up winning against the Cowboys. That one was a close game. No Jalen Hurts. They had Gardner Minshew who played his heart out. Man, that guy just went for it. Really thought we were going to get that win. Did not quite get there, which was disappointing. But we still felt pretty good with where we were at. So that would have been 5-1. And then, guys, we had a little snafu. And, from time to time, we're not perfect at Benjamin Betts. Jared and I, we try to stay on the same page. And we accidentally locked in the Falcons at plus 6.5. We actually were supposed to have them in the mortgage bet. So we were going to get some points out of them. They ended up in our 16 teaser and lost a close, just grueling game against the Ravens, which was just awful. We were close, though. Could you imagine? So 4-2, Philly lost. The Falcons not covering. They lost by 8, by 6.5. That could have been our parlay hit, 6-0. That could have been it right there. So we're close. We're at the door. We're knocking. So this is where we're coming at this week. We got the Cowboys minus 14. A lot of points. Tennessee is not good. Hopefully, we're recording this here on Thursday. That's going to come out on Saturday. We're hoping we're right here. Hopefully this sounds good. We're going to then take Panthers. Now, the Panthers are at Tampa Bay. Tampa is minus 3, so we are going to take the Panthers. We like that this division could get down to the last week. Everyone tied. I want chaos out of the NFC South. So we're taking Carolina plus 3 in this game. They are going to run. Tampa is just not playing well. Brady not playing well. Now, traditionally, they have a good rush defense, and Carolina's strength is their running game. So I know we're kind of running into what they're good at. Tampa's at home. I get it. But Carolina is motivated, and I know they want to win this game to bring it down to the final weekend. So we're calling this week Motivation Week here at Benjamin Betts as we're choosing our teams. So Panthers plus 3. Then we're going to roll again to our capital of the United States. We're going to the Commanders, Washington Commanders, minus 1.5. The Commanders now, and we'll get to the Seahawks here in a second, but the Commanders are looking, they need a win. I mean, they need a win if they want to continue their hold of that 7 seed in the NFC. They're playing the Browns. I mean, the Browns, Deshaun, they played an interesting game, we'll call it, last week in the snow. But they're on the road in Washington. It looks like the Heineke might be taking a little spot on the bench here. We don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that works. Carson Wentz might be getting the start. So maybe that's playing against us. But we like the motivation of the Commanders here. Give them win by a point. 1.5 is what we're taking them at. Then we're making our way to the AFC South. And if there is a team that fits the category of nobody wants to play this team, it's the Jacksonville Jaguars. Nobody wants to play this team. I think they're cooking. Trevor Lawrence has found a rhythm. They got receivers everywhere. They got all the Joneses. They got everybody. They got Evan Ingram, who's come back to life. I know he's ruined a lot of fantasy people's matchups because he came out of nowhere in the last few weeks, but he's playing well. ETN, they have a good team down there, an aggressive defense, and they're playing Houston. Jacksonville, minus 4 in Houston. Give me minus 4 all day. Give me minus 10. The Jacksonville's, they want this game. They want it. So minus 4. My beloved Seahawks. And Jared's not here to prevent this pick, so sucker. We're taking Seattle plus 1.5. They aren't even favored at home against the Jets. They're playing the Jets. They're not favored in this game. They need this win. Seattle needs this win. And again, motivation Sunday. That is what's happening here. So Seahawks plus 1.5. They want it. They need it. We need it. Come on. Seattle plus 1.5. Geno's playing. DK's playing. Hopefully Kenneth Walker's in there. Tyler Lockett should be playing. The offense needs to get their act together. The defense has been giving up a lot of points, but the offense, man, a lot of 3 and outs. So plus 1.5. Bring it, baby. And then we're going to end it here with a matchup like none other. We got 2 rivals that hate each other. You got the Ravens, you got the Steelers. The Steelers, like we said this, Tomlin does not finish below 500. He just doesn't. However, he's good. They're going into Baltimore. I like Baltimore minus 2.5 here. They're at home. They're playing well. They want that win against the Steelers. I think Tomlin wins the last game of the year, can finish 8-9 in that scenario. But I think Baltimore, they win this by a field goal. Maybe it's tied and Justin Tucker hits a 55-yarder. Who knows? But I think this is what is going to send us to a 6-0 week. Ravens minus 2.5. I love it. I just feel, I get the tingly feeling. I feel good about this. Cowboys minus 14. Panthers plus 3. Commanders minus 1.5. Jaguars minus 4. Seahawks plus 1.5. And Ravens minus 2.5. We're going to be dancing in the streets. This is going to be glorious. We're going to hit the parlay. We're going to hit these 6 teams. If we hit this, we're sitting at plus 4,831. 4,831. That means $10 wins you about $500. That's going to be juicy. So we're rolling. We feel good about that. And then, of course, our mortgage bet. We're above 60% here with our mortgage picks. Again, this is even money, money in, money out. It's like we like to call it. You're paying your mortgage. We're not gambling. You're paying your mortgage. So we tease these a little bit. They're 2-team teasers. We're taking the Packers. They're sitting at minus 3 right now. We're going to tease them up to plus 1.5. They're playing the Vikings. The Packers, again, back to our motto, motivation Sunday. Packers need a win. They want to stay in the playoff hunt. They need a win. The Vikings, they play with fire every single week. The Vikings are always in these up and down games. This is at Lambeau. Rodgers is feeling good. I think there's a little bit of faith going over there. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe the Vikings win this by 20. I think that's the only way this pans. Vikings win big or Packers are going to win a close game. It's one of those 2 things. So give me Packers winning in a close game, plus 1.5. And then our other side, we're going to pick an over here. Over. We're going to pick some points. Rams at Chargers. I can't believe I'm saying this. Baker Mayfield, he's putting up some points. He's throwing the ball well. He's finding his players. Tyler Higbee, touchdowns. Akers, who knew? Cam Akers is back. So you give me Baker, give me Cam, give me Tyler. And then the Chargers. They punch their ticket in the playoffs, but they're so motivated. They want to keep the juices flowing. They got it. They got Eckler. They got Herbert. Keenan Allen. Mike Williams. Man, this team is loaded. They're going for it. So they're at 42.5. We're actually going to, because we're teasing it, we get to bring it down a little bit. 38 points is the over for this now. 38. So we're taking the over, Rams Chargers plus 38, and then the Packers plus 1.5. That's our 5-point tease. Even money plus 100. Put 1,000 in. Make 1,000. What's your mortgage? Your mortgage $4,500 a month. You living in a big giant house? Put $4,500 down. There's your mortgage for the month. Put your hands behind your head. Chill. I'm assuming you got a pool if your mortgage is that much. So go chill by the pool. I know it's cold, so maybe don't chill by the pool. But anyway, we hope you enjoyed this episode of Benjamin Bets. I'm your host, Corey. Thanks for joining us. Again, next week we'll have Jared on, and we're going to gloat a little bit to tell Jared we went 6-0, baby. We're going to be dancing. We're going to be rolling into Week 18, coasting. So we're excited. Enjoy your week. I hope your Christmas was amazing. I hope you won some money. Follow along with us. So thanks for following. Thanks for listening to Benjamin Bets.
Yeah.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.
Bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Hey, I'm Zach,
And I'm Mike.
and we have a fantastic new podcast to tell you about. Bros, Foes, and Heroes. It's the two of us looking into the world of comics, breaking down some characters that you may have never heard of, and some that are just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, so Zach comes up with a character each time, and I go into it just completely blind. I don't know who this person is or what their abilities are or anything, and basically I guess we kind of go over their origin story and just some of the ridiculous stuff that maybe, especially Golden Age stuff.
Oh, Golden Age stuff is always the best, and we will make sure to highlight all of the shenanigans and just absolute weirdness of everything.
Yeah, that's right. So subscribe today and follow us on Instagram at Bros, Foes, Heroes.
And if you don't, I know where you live. Not really, but please subscribe.
Bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Welcome to One Star Rewind, a new podcast about those dreaded one-star reviews that every business owner hates to receive, but yet every customer loves to read. During this podcast, we will peel back that one-star review to better understand how it happened, when it happened, and what the business owner is doing after receiving that one-star review. This podcast will be about love, hate, and laughter. On One Star Rewind, we will meet with real business owners who will tell their stories and how they do rely on reviews for their business. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or download us at roguemedianetwork.com. Please subscribe, but only rate and review for not a one-star review. Join us each time for a new review and a new story.